Well, a crucial support program for the tourism industry as it recovers from the pandemic is set to be cut in half this Sunday. Now, the Coalition of Hardest Hit Businesses is asking for programs to be maintained right now.
For more on this, we are joined by Coalition co-chair Susie Grinnell, President and CEO of the Hotel Association of Canada. Susie, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon to talk about it. So we know that today is a very busy day at Pearson Airport. Many people flocking there to take their March break trips. But let's talk about Canadian tourism and hospitality. That's taken a huge hit during the pandemic. It was the first affected, and you're saying that it's the last one to recover. We know that international travel is still down by a big percentage.
Yeah, I mean, you're right that we're starting to see some people outbound move out of the country for March break. But what we're not seeing is a really strong recovery for tourism yet. And that shouldn't surprise anybody. Like, this is a seasonal industry. You know, our finish line is July 1st and the summer when we start to build back and get some of our international customers back. The border is still not completely open. We have testing there that is preventing some of those international bookings from coming into place. And what we're really worried about is the spring season. So spring is when we have events and we have conventions that happen in this country. Omicron wiped out those conventions. And so we've got a lot of assets, especially in the hotel industry, in particular in the downtown cores, that would be down still 50%. And that's the group that we're really worried about. They are the ones that really need the support and will need it as we build back over the spring period so they can get to that finish line. And on Sunday, that program gets cut in half for them.
Okay, so Susie, when that does happen, potentially, you know, these extended lockdown benefits getting cut down, what is that going to mean? Is that going to mean job losses? Is that going to mean more pain? I mean, how do you handle this? If you're not getting these benefits, you got to pay your employees. What's going to happen?
I mean, this program made sense pre-Omicron. This was really the survival package for this industry. Then when Omicron came, it set us back 3 or 4 months because those bookings that get wiped off in the spring, they don't come back right away. They come back several months later because it takes lead time to plan. And so you do have all of these assets that are effectively sitting empty, trying slowly to build back and hire people back with no predictability about when their international customer is going to come back. So yes, there will be more job losses, more pain, no predictability for a sector that has been so deeply devastated. So now is absolutely not the time for the government to cut that program in half. And we are asking them very directly to take into account the effects of Omicron and make some adjustments to that program immediately so that we don't lose some of these core assets, the anchor businesses in the tourism industry that the government was trying to protect with this program in the first place.
Right. We know that many small businesses, Susie, tied to tourism and hospitality, greatly affected, still in debt. So aside from wanting to see the government extend this support program, make some adjustments, what else would you like to see in terms of support? Do you think more support's needed?
So we need 3 things from the government. The first is that we need an open border. We need a predictable plan. People wanting to book into Canada need to know what they're dealing with. We don't have that today. We've got a transition from a CPR to a rapid antigen test. There's a testing that's required for fully vaccinated travelers that's scientifically unnecessary, and that's communicating a message to the world that Canada is not open for business. We need that predictability, and we need it right away. So that's number 1. Number 2 is we need this support package adjusted so that we can actually get through the spring into the summer, which is the official kind of finish line, the beginning of the finish line. Where we can actually start to recover. And then it will take years, of course, to build back from there. And the third thing we need is a labor force. We need a workforce. We need some special attention from government to help us attract workers back to this very deeply devastated sector so that we actually can meet the demand that we assume will come this summer once we get the border open.
Yeah, that's crucial indeed. Okay, Susie Grinnell joining us. She's the president and CEO of the Hotel Association of Canada. Appreciate the time this afternoon, Susie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.